Studios presents the More Better Narrative podcast. This is episode 102 with BJ McMurtry and Rob Fusco. Hello and welcome.
Hi, everybody.
It's just us chickens today.
I'm not sure what that means, but all right, yeah. It's
Neither do I.
Let's just let it.
I know it's a thing people say.
Just go with it.
I'm BJ McMurtry.
I'm Rob Fusco.
I have a monster. This is actually my first caffeine of the day.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. I did not have my my caffeine this morning.
Oh.
Instead, I opted for a smoothie.
A fruit smoothie?
A fruit smoothie. It was banana, strawberry, blueberries, some milk, and some whey protein.
So
a little ice.
That sounds actually pretty good.
It was tasty.
Jamba Juice closed in the mall.
What?
So bummed out. I was like, yeah, Jamba Juice. And then Chrissy and I went up and we were going to get some Jamba Juice. And then,
And they were done.
Yeah.
They're closed for good, not just like for remodeling or for...
Yeah, they're done. Whatever. I mean, Jamba Juice still exists. Smoothies and other such beverages
exist in the world.
Still exist, so I'm thankful for that.
Yes.
But no, now it's the ease of accessibility to those beverages has diminished since that venue has closed.
Isn't there an Orange Julius? Or do we not have one?
Yeah, no, there's Orange Julius, but like, there's all sorts of chemicals and shit and all that garbage.
I've never actually been to an Orange Julius. I've only heard of their legend.
Yeah, I mean, it's just orange frothy goodness, but it recently came out, funny enough, speaking of orange juice, and that's a super hot topic these days, I know, spread out.
Really?
What is it? Simply Orange? Orange juice? They're like, yeah, 100% not from concentrate, just orange juice. Yeah, bullshit. There's like, it's like all chemicals.
Sweet.
There's like barely any real orange juice in it at all, but to make sure that their product tastes the same throughout, they take all the oranges, they harvest all the oranges in like a 2 or 3 month period, and then they like dehydrate them and like take all the oxygen out so they don't decay, and then they reconstitute it with chemicals and all this shit. So I guess technically, yes, it's just oranges because there's no added sugar, no added anything. They just take a bunch of shit away and then add like chemicals.
We're going to take the real oranges and replace the innards with man-made chemicals. Let's see if they notice.
Yeah.
Isn't their slogan on their commercials or something is just like simply orange?
I guess.
Or
simply,
something.
like simply glow in the dark after a while.
Yeah.
If you can't pronounce it, cultural differences notwithstanding, if you can't pronounce it, it's not food. If it was made in a lab, it's not food. Get with it. Be that, except a caffeinated beverage now and again. That's fine.
Yes, and it's blue.
Yeah, which isn't a color found in nature sometimes. Berries, for instance.
Exactly. Blueberries, particularly.
So we have a question from one Mr. J. Patrick Cleary.
Aha.
I think is this Cleary or is this Craig? It's Cleary. It's from one of those dudes, one of my lamb goat bros.
From a dude.
Have all the relax. If anyone ever says dipset or diplo, do you immediately have a craving for dim sum?
I didn't until you said dim sum, so I think that's in the negative.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't have any particular need, want for it until actually you said dim sum.
I agree with you. Yeah, no, the answer is no.
No.
It's just you, Cleary.
No, that was the test right there by saying it.
Yeah, like, you can say,
Actually, you know what I did think of?
Doritos.
You remember Dippin' Dots?
Oh, I remember Dippin' Dots, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Made me think of those.
So Doritos are no longer called Doritos, they're called Doritos.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that an official thing?
No.
Okay.
But if you look at the logo and how the little check mark, John, is over the last O, it just looks like an E, so it's Doritos.
Doritos.
All right. Have a relax.
Relax, have a Doritos.
Hey, man, relax, man.
I mean, I've been saying for a long time that Sunkist's logo looks like Sinkist. The
You know what? Because the U
doesn't
and
really
the N...
stand out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's an S, and then it's like a boop, and then it goes right into the N.
Yeah, the U and the N share...
There's just no dot for the I.
Sinkist.
Sinkist. For the devil. Orange soda is for the devil.
For the devil.
And it's for me.
Okay.
It's for me.
You ever get this text and then think about some dick? That's what Craig said. Not dim sum, but some SUMDIK.
D-I-K.
And cut action. Do you ever get this text and then think about some dick?
Well, now that you've mentioned it,
yes.
Obviously.
Send.
I love talking out my texts.
I was about to say we can use the. Well, now that I'm recording my voice, I'm just gonna send this. Period. All right, that's gonna come across weird. Okay, so no to the dim sum thing. Period. Yes to the some dick thing. Period. Better living through technology. All right. So, any other anythings?
We have an email from Matthew Weed. And it's quite interesting.
All right.
So, to preface this, he references, I think it's episode 11.
There's no Star Wars
all
episode
the way
11.
back.
He's
all
a
the way back.
dipshit.
No, our episode 11.
Yeah, okay.
You silly guy. All the way back, episode 11, and I think I said to myself, hey, I should get the episode and pull a clip from it and play it right now.
Okay.
But I didn't.
Sorry, you can fix it in post.
I'll do it later. Did you hear what they did with the Guitar Center tryouts when, what's his name quit?
Oh, Wes Borland. Yeah.
When Wes Borland quit Limp Bizkit, they had guitarist tryouts at Guitar Centers, just like they have like the drum clinics, and they have like like the best solo.
Well, you know, and let's back up a minute.
Wait, hold on. But when
Shut the fuck up.
Shit. Hold on 1 second, sir. But they did this Guitar Center like tryout for Limp Bizkit thing, and granted, a lot of people are just going to suck, and they just want to be in Limp Bizkit or at least have a chance to.
Yeah.
But there were actually, I've seen some of the videos, there's actually some pretty good guitarists that tried out and are like shredding. But one of the stipulations for trying out, like you had to have technique, you had to have blah, blah, blah. You had to do certain things to perform for them to show them that you're a good guitarist. But one of the things you were required to do for the video, like you go to Guitar Center, they film you, blah, blah, you had to write your own riff. You had to write your own parts and present this song to them and be like, I want to be the next guitarist of Limp Bizkit. What they did was they ended up going and hiring some other dude and had the people sign a waiver and ended up stealing all the good riffs that these people wrote to try out. So it was basically like they signed away so they could be in Limp Bizkit, but part of the contract was that the riff you wrote, you waived the right to it. So they took those videos and took the guitar riffs and went with it. So all the good guitar riffs these people tried out with ended up becoming Limp Bizkit songs.
What a brilliant scheme to get your
but
public
can you imagine
to do the work for you.
That's
fucking incredible.
I mean, Fred Durst aside, you know, they have that guy that was in House of Pain as their DJ. Wes Borland was not a bad guitar player.
No, he was just dick and wore weird costumes and
But
makeup
can you imagine the horror of waking up one day, you know, you're a musician, you're an artist,
and going, oh my god, I'm in the worst band ever.
Yeah, exactly. and Wes Borland, to his credit, like he quit the band and he goes off and tries to do a couple of solo projects and get his own thing going. But then, like, he eventually came back. But can you imagine that moment when you realize, like, oh my god, I got a mortgage and
no integrity.
I did it.
Good job. See that? That was easy.
Look at this. I did it.
It's actually pretty cool how you did that. Yeah.
So he says, topic and comment. Last Sunday at practice, I made the comment that I found out the term bag of dicks originated with Zakk Wylde, who called Fred Durst that. Apparently some people thought I made it up, but I didn't. I just expanded it to include bucket of dicks. along with tub of dicks and ocean of dicks. And I'm fairly certain that we've used a very rare tree of dicks.
Dick tree.
Yes.
Got it. Or like upside down umbrella
Yeah.
of dicks.
Yeah, but there's now many subtle levels of dicks.
Is it a hierarchy or is it kind of like situational?
I think some are on equal level and it's situational depending on your relationship with said dicks. Said clumping of dicks.
Got it. Yeah.
But I think it's also mostly like a sliding scale.
Okay.
So it starts out with maybe a dick,
and then
it slowly grows to a bag,
well,
and then
you think a bunch of dicks, like if you have like a bunch of bananas. That's all I can think of. Like you go to the supermarket.
a bushel of dicks.
A bushel of dicks. That's pretty. And I think that would tie into the dick tree.
Yeah.
Tree of dicks.
So you have a dick, you have a bushel of dicks, a bag of dicks, a bucket of dicks, a tub of dicks, a tree of dicks, an ocean of dicks. So that is the...
Can you somehow whip up a graphic? Like just a diagram? Whoa. Whoa.
Cool.
Dude, the force is strong with this one.
So he says, I wasn't sure about my source attribution, so I Googled Fred Durst is a bag of dicks. Turns out the actual quote was from Zakk Wylde, and it was, Fred Durst can suck a bag of dicks. But there on the first page of Google search results was a link to MBN Podcast episode 11, in which one of the topics was Fred Durst is a bag of dicks. So, congratulations on winning the Fred Durst Bag of Dicks Google Olympics. Apparently, if you Google Fred Durst is a bag of dicks, we are number one.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Fred Durst, there's a Fred Durst lookalike evangelical Christian YouTube pastor jerk-off who is waging war with atheists.
Does he do it all for the nookie?
Probably not. He does it all for the self-righteous, whatever Christians are into being,
Sweet.
And I don't even remember the dude's name. It's like some...
We'll call him Fred Durst number 2.
Fred Durst 2 Electric Boogaloo. And
go out and watch it right now.
He issued this like $100,000 challenge to all atheists. He said he'll pay $100,000 to any atheist who can prove that God doesn't exist.
I think MBN has its challenge.
You know what though? No, because science dictates that you cannot prove a negative.
That's true.
You can disprove a positive, but you can't prove a negative. And by that logic,
nobody's winning
the cross kisser on YouTube. By that logic, I mean, unicorns with dicks for a horn flying through Pentagon airspace. Prove to me that does not exist.
We're gonna bounce it back on you, sir.
Speaking
of unicorns, I finally watched Cabin in the Woods.
I did not.
Never? Shoot. See, this is why Jesse needs to be here.
Come on, Jesse.
Let's just... it's not going to give away any of the plot or any of the anything. But just, at some point a unicorn headbutts somebody and impales them. Yeah. If that's not a reason to watch this movie right now, then I don't know what is.
I just got really happy. I want to watch a unicorn impale somebody.
Because we talked about it on the podcast before, but I'd never gotten a chance to go and watch it. And then finally I was like, I got time. It's up on my Netflix. Let's go.
Why not?
And then I watched it, and I was not unimpressed. I was...
Impressed.
Yeah, impressed.
You were impressed or you were not unimpressed?
That's right. I was trying to go for the double negative.
I think it's important to switch it up, yes. Keep it interesting.
So I think the reason we talk about Fred Durst as a bag of dicks on episode 11 was because we were talking about the Guitar Center tryouts for whatever his band was.
Oh, I don't know. Limp Bizkit?
That's it. Yeah. The Guitar Center guitarist tryouts for Limp Bizkit. We were talking about that, and how they basically just had people sign away anything they wrote so they could use it on the next record. That's why he's a bag of dicks.
Of all, like, the cheap goddamn... Like, come on. You flaccid fucking retard. Oh, yeah, all these people want to be a part of my band, so I think I'm just going to take all their riffs and
then hire somebody actually famous.
Ugh.
Which I think they did.
Yeah, I'm going to get Buckethead to play all these people's shitty riffs.
Doesn't he wear...
Like, look, even if the shit that they write is bad, and chances are good that it is, but even if it is, just don't be a dick. Don't, like, take what they've written and then, like, write a shitty album with it. No, you know what? No, go ahead, do that.
Yeah.
Do that, because who cares?
Because look where you are now. I actually don't know where he is now.
Who gives a half a shit? Yeah, I can't stand that fucking...
Now I'm perusing Reddits today. I learned... I actually learned things from it.
Really? Ask more questions.
Apparently, religious websites carry more malware than porn sites.
I believe it. They're more dangerous. Because look, at least with porn, okay, well, there's a dude, there's another dude, they're doing a thing, okay, all well and good. When it's over, it's over. But Christians are like...
There's no closure to religion.
They're like relentless. Like, no, you're like, what's the end game to religion? Like, what's your idea?
I think you die.
Yep, you die and go to heaven and spend eternity being fucking boring.
There was some guy that I can't remember his name now, but it was on. I found it on Wikipedia one time. This dude was like a psychic, something or other. The whole plan was that he was going to kill himself, and once he was dead, relay back to his assistant whether or not there's an afterlife. And the assistant never got the message.
Good. Fuck him. One less idiot with whom I have to compete for resources.
I forget how he killed himself. I think it might have been like asphyxiation or something.
Not autoerotica.
You
know what? I wouldn't put it past him. All these like sexually repressed fucking perverts. They're, they have so much shit to hide. When you repress human instinct, it mutates and expresses itself in unnatural ways. Like how many fucking...
the dark side of the Force?
No, it's like way more dangerous than that. It's like, okay, I'm a priest, I'm celibate, but I drink at night and I fuck kids. Like, come on. Kid toucher. Oh my God. I will fight any priest out there.
What about the one from that movie, Priest?
I'll fight any priest.
They were pretty badass.
Be that as it may, I think they're overconfident.
I got a thing. Oh, Mark messaged on the podcast thing.
Just like I will fist fight any...
He says, "Man, I wish I had come, no homo, because then we could have talked about this. So, now we're going to talk about it, because he posted a link. So it is a YouTube video to Omnia. It looks like it says Omnia Earth Warrior. Is that like
Xena Princess Warrior?
She kind of looks like Xena Princess Warrior.
All right.
But,
so she's like, I'm going to save the planet. Look at my dreadlocks.
I think it's a trailer for a movie.
Anytime there's like a Gaia-themed, film, it harkens back to like... Oh, what was the Miyazaki film?
So if you feel like I feel the love of the earth, well, you can be an earth warrior too. 'Cause I'm a warrior.
No, anybody who's singing like that is not a warrior. Warriors don't sing. Can you imagine Conan the Barbarian singing? He doesn't even pray to his god. He has no tongue for it. Oh my god, no. Alright, cut. Alright, that's as hokey and corny as anytime any like Christians try to like sing songs about like modern,
Yeah. So this is all
or
about
like look up Jesus is my nigga on YouTube. These pastors are like, I don't know what they are, like some breed of cross kisser. They tried to do this
rapping for Jesus.
Oh,
this sounds good.
It's the most.
Oh, and the best part
It's
is
the
it
most
starts off with the VHS
Of course, yeah.
thing.
Now I don't know if it's like somebody who's that good at trolling, or this is like a completely made
They're
up thing.
using papyrus.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but if they're trolling, they're geniuses because it's like done perfectly.
This has to be planned out.
There's
I don't
no
know.
way that's real. Like they can't be.
The dude in the background, like with the headphones.
It's like something Tim and Eric would
And
do.
now he's throwing around smoke.
You'll notice that just then, when the refrain was "Jesus Christ is my nigga," one of them says, instead of the, says Play it again and take note. Oh my god. Yep.
Yep, there it is.
It's oh god. It's so. Stop the planet and let me off. I don't want to be here.
That's the Farnsworth quote. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Wow, that's
Yeah, that's something.
Huh.
Cleary writes. Let's move on from that as quickly as we can. If Tim and Eric don't jump all over that, they're fools. Cleary writes, what are the odds your kid is the next Bobby Fischer? You mean like a chess genius, world champion, mentally unstable, anti-Semite dead guy? I don't know. Probably pretty good. I don't know. I mean, if Luke wants to learn the game, cool. I'll teach him. If he has no interest in it, cool. I don't care. Let him pursue his own interests, be his own person. Doesn't matter to me.
That's how I'm treating my my niece. I told my sister the second she starts developing coordination skills, she's learning the frickin' drums.
That's right. Drums in your drawers.
She's already she's already displayed interest in dancing and rhythm. So she's learning something there.
She's a prime candidate. I wish I had a drum kit. I would play every single day, all the time. I love drumming. I think it would get really good really quick because I would just do it relentlessly.
In 1992, the hit single "Baby Got Back," the phone number 1-900-Mix-a-Lot was a real number, which was a Sir Mix-a-Lot themed phone sex service.
Oh, God bless that man. He's like, the deeper you delve, the better it gets. And dude is just next level. Okay. Cleary writes, early Brutal Truth with a more death metal feel, or Brutal Truth with a more freeform jazz feel?
Spinal Tap Mach 2.
Rock and roll!
We are not going to do a freeform jazz improvisation in front of a festival crowd.
He wrote this.
This is what was his name? Nigel. I can't remember his name. Nigel
Something.
Tufnell, I think.
Oh, Huffnell or something?
Yeah, it was like, this is Nigel Tufnell on bass. He wrote this.
He wrote this.
And then just boom, 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 boom.
I would say Brutal Truth with a more death metal feel, because freeform jazz, I don't know. I think Candiria went that route, and maybe not freeform, but definitely more jazzy with some Brutal Truth and death metal elements. But I would say Brutal Truth, Extreme Conditions is like an almost perfect album.
I prefer Brutal Truth Polka Edition.
Imagine that if Weird Al got a hold of like Extreme Conditions and polka size.
I actually had, speaking of polka, had the greatest idea today. Sell to Starbucks a CD with nothing but Weird Al style parody songs about coffee and caffeine and caffeination.
Okay. All
We
right.
have to do this.
Yeah.
We'll be hundredaires.
Make like tens of dollars maybe.
I know.
After, you know,
fistfuls of dollars.
Fingers full of a dollar.
We'll definitely have a lot of quarters.
Uh,
We'll be able to go to the arcade and actually spend at least an hour there.
Craig writes, what's the perfect titty? I don't know how to answer that.
Unlike most men, I actually like mine smaller.
You're on the itty bitty titty committee?
Yeah.
Cleary.
Well, maybe not itty bitty, but you know, a handful is any more than a handful, and you're just being greedy.
And you're risking a sprained tongue. And Cleary responds, Katie Owen, and he links me to something.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either. We're about to see, I guess. Can't. Oh, it's some girl oiling her breasts.
Oh, well then.
I'm not.
Oh, how did you feel about the picture censorship from the last episode? If nobody noticed, the pictures that Rob gave to Jesse were well censored by me. I think one of the first ones when you were like holding it around like that was easy enough to actually like motion track.
Right. Yeah.
The rest of them I had to go frame by frame,
Oh.
moving this little bubble of like haze
Oh,
around
man.
the pictures. Especially when later I realized Armine was picking them up before.
Oh yeah.
He was
okay.
just like,
Yeah. Well, next time I bring in stolen porn, I'll be sure to move things more slowly. So yeah, I'm not looking at that. Any other questions? No.
we have an email from Nala.
Oh, hey Nala.
She says, "Hi, I miss you guys. I'll be back soon."
No kidding.
She's coming back in November for a month, so she'll probably be here for a few episodes.
Oh, that rules.
She's also attempting to get a job and a work visa because she wants to move to Philadelphia from France.
Really?
So she says, "I'll be back soon and hope someday I can become a permanent member of the podcast."
That would be wonderful. Yeah, I'm sad. Like, we were in New York when she was around. We
Yeah.
missed both of...
She'll be back and you'll be able to have some food. Because it was good food.
Well, maybe we can make something for her this time.
There we go.
instead of.
She says, "Hi, I have a message for Bernhardt.
Oh,
On the last episode, you wrote an email saying that we all believed you were German. That was a misunderstanding, probably because in episode 98, I showed a recording of a German friend saying your name to teach everyone to pronounce it properly, which we then played on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We know you're Austrian, it's just that we don't know any Austrian, and the German I know is better at pronouncing your name than us all.
fair.
Although Rob's pretty good at it.
Yeah,
Bernhard Petrich.
pretty
He's
damn
good.
good, right? Yeah.
He's damn fine.
I've been practicing.
And that's all of our emails, unless we want to go back to the More Better Narrative. I got an email from Tumblr saying that we turned 2,
Oh,
and it gave us a little cake.
happy second birthday.
Yay! We're
100
this
episode.
many.
I thought you saw.
We're this many.
So, 100 episodes.
Oh, we
plus?
also got a message from Bridget.
Who the hell's Bridget?
I don't know. It just says hi,
Hi, Bridget.
and it says Bridget left you a private message.
Oh, well.
Click the button below to view it.
We'll click the shit out of that thing.
I'm afraid.
Do it. I'll do it.
I'm trying to figure out other members you could meet. 2 of them are dudes.
Dude members.
Yeah, there's someone from Wyoming, someone from Utah,
I'm not trying to meet
someone
other dudes.
from Michigan, and someone from
members.
Tennessee. Apparently, this is like a dating spam website that we never signed up for.
Oh, well, somebody must have signed you up for it as a joke. We used to
Maybe.
do that shit all the time, like at our.
But it's not even like a personal email. It's the podcast's email, and it's telling us that Bridget has sent us a message. So Bridget, if you're out there, we're not going to the frickin' site. You email us directly.
At?
Otherwise, at morebetternarrative@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're not doing this runabout thing. Serious inquiries only. The podcast is gonna get a girlfriend. The whole podcast needs a
The
girlfriend.
entire podcast as an entity.
As an entity, can you imagine all of us on one side of the table and then a girl on the other just sitting there?
Maybe it's the Earth Warrior girl with her dreadlocks and dirt falling off her
Yes.
face.
Yes.
You know.
Where's that video? Where is it? Where is
She's
it?
there across the table with like her bow and arrow. Like, and I can picture
I seriously thought that was a
like a spoof or
no. That was a what was it called? That there was a trailer for a movie. Like I'll post right here. This is the thumbnail for the video, and it looks like it could be. Actually, like, it's funny. It kind of looks like Jillian.
Huh.
Armine's girlfriend.
Hi, Jilly.
In case you didn't know. Kind of looks like you. Only, with things in your
Like
hair.
dreadlocks and dirt and shit and a bow and arrow.
A bow and arrow. But I seriously thought it was like a trailer for a short film or movie or something.
But nope.
No, it's very... Oh my gosh, they have other videos. Omnia. So this is Old Man Tree.
Old Man Gloom.
Old Man Gloom Tree. Songs that start off with birds chirping.
It's always a good start. Oh boy.
She's got a dot thingy on her head.
Okay.
Man was a tree. Did I see him or he see me? Standing there majestically.
Majestically.
Mike.
The smell of sun on us.
Stupid head.
Yeah, well, you just go skip to the very end. Like the very, very end. You know when everything stops playing? That's perfect. Good job.
Please make the hurting stop.
Oh, God.
So that's not a good. After Mark posted that link to that video, he says, "I have no idea what's going on." Neither did we, Mark. Neither did we.
Took the words out of my mouth. Larry writes, have you tried cappuccino lays?
No.
If so, did you vomit out your ass?
No, but Armine might.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Armine.
We'll have to have. Oh, you know what we did try when we were in Russia. I don't know if you've ever had them. The very first show. First of all, craziest part about that show was how daunting it was to have the place entirely full.
Oh, okay.
That was like our first show in Russia, and it was just packed, and it was ridiculous. But the backstage part, there was a door, stage right,
okay.
that you then had to go down these steps, downstairs, circle around, and keep going down. And finally there's this like corridor in the back where there's like this weird ass shower. And then on the left was like our room with a couch and a mirror and stuff. But they had Lay's potato chips, caviar flavored. They were disgusting.
Of course. Like salty, briny mess.
Yeah. But then I did actually take a shower after that show, and it was the weirdest shower because the shower was
bright blue.
The shower was part of the other band's backstage room, so I was like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna go in the shower," and the shower.
There were two doors. Each band room had a door to the same shower. Like you're in
No,
there.
it was only in their thing. And I don't think they expected any of us to use it, but I was like, no, dudes, I need to shower.
Like, have you met me?
Have you met me after a show? Dave, and I quote, sauerkraut. Enough said. That's my show clothes.
I can't say shit, though, because I used to, in, like, the mid-90s, I was a complete scumbag. Like, ugh. Like, I have this, like, pair of pants. I only own one pair of pants. Armine feels me on this. And I still, like, now, at this point, I own 3 pairs of pants. I think. 3 pairs. It's the most pants that I think I've ever owned. Ever. But...
I probably own about 3.
I'm
wearing basketball shorts right now because
comfy.
I have to do laundry.
Laundry day attire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I would have just one pair of pants, and they were these big, baggy, honking things there, and I would play in them and then wear them afterwards. It's just so gross. And they would get rips in them, and I would just fix the rips with duct tape, and they were the most disgusting, goddamn
I had these
disgusting.
awful pants that almost fell off of me multiple times because I ripped them down the side,
Right.
and they were held together with like clothespins and tape and
Sure.
stuff. I think at one point I even just put a Band-Aid on it because that was the only thing that I had that stuck.
Oh man! Well, we were in a Walmart parking lot somewhere in like East Jabip, and I was
It's
like,
a nice place.
I was
Good
like,
shows.
I was like, oh my god, I can smell myself. So I went and bought a can of Lysol, or we had Lysol in the van or something, and in the middle of the parking lot, I took my pants off, laid my pants out on the goddamn ground, sprayed Lysol all over my pants.
Did you go inside?
I don't remember. I put them back on and got back in the van. Like, holy shit. I was a complete mess back in those days. That was barely sentient.
See, we never... I'm trying to think of what we did for the first tour. I think we actually attempted to do laundry every once in a while on that first U.S. tour.
Yeah,
but
that's hard.
But I'm trying to think what I used to do for show clothes because I don't remember what band gave me the idea to do that. But for the longest time, I just wore whatever I was wearing that day. But then I ran out of clothes so quickly. Of course, I'm the only one in Rosetta that actually packs clothes. Everybody else brings like stuff on their back and a backup. And also, Armine and Matt don't wear underwear. Ew. Matt also doesn't shower.
Okay, see, that's an entirely different thing. Like, not showering, not wearing skivvies is one thing because I've been known to do that on occasion.
I've never gone commando just because I don't. It's not comfortable for me. I don't get it.
But not showering, that's a whole different ball game right there.
Well, also, see, the thing is, I guess I don't know what Armine's deal is because he does sweat a good bit because he's screaming. And muscles contracting and stuff. I've seen Matt get sweaty every once in a while, and Dave will only sweat under the most extreme conditions.
All right. Well, he's
and when he's doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he's super
He's fit.
He's a fit dude. Yeah, he's
But
well conditioned.
he doesn't really sweat, so he doesn't really have a problem with that. So he doesn't have to shower as often. He doesn't have to change his clothes as often, and he only brings an extra pair just in case like it gets wet, it gets something gross on it, something gross. But Matt doesn't even shower that often when he's home. He attributes it to his body not producing as much funk because he doesn't shower as much. It also helps that he cut his hair. It used to be like really long.
I remember. Yeah.
But I tell people that I'm like, yeah, Matt doesn't even shower. I think he does it like maybe once or twice a month, even when he's home. And the funny thing is, he's the one that's married. I like showering every day. I enjoy showering every day.
It's relaxing, especially in the winter time. Nice.
Plus,
and
that's where I
hot
get all
and
my thinking done in the morning.
It's where you get all your thinking done for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much it.
Not bad.
Well, because I can do some good thinking while on the espresso bar in the morning at work, but the problem is there's not a ready there's no time to just like pick out my phone and be like, this is an idea real quick.
Right.
It's more like, that's a good idea. 4 drinks later. What was I thinking
What
about?
was I thinking?
Cappuccinos. Yes. Okay.
It's difficult because, like, there are a few spots where you do some really good thinking. Shower when you're pooping when you're in workflow doing a thing. You can't really stop a shower and like write shit down and water gets everywhere. What do we got?
Something found in the Starbucks Lost and Found that I want us to use next week. I want to have story time next week.
We can have story time.
I found these. They're called writing dice.
Oh, is the who, what, when, where, why?
No. It's actual. They're like picture dice, and so what you do is you take the dice, and we can do it multiple ways. What I think is, we'll give one die to each person.
Okay.
And then if we have extras, like we'll roll them for something else.
Right.
But I was thinking, give one die to each person, and then one person starts the story. Roll the die, get whatever your picture is, and you have to start the story using that. And then when you finish your sentence or two story, you pass it to the next person. They roll their die, and they have to continue off your story with their image. And then pass it around.
We're gonna make a story. It's gonna be wonderful. We're gonna have character development and a plot line, and then Jesse's gonna be
like dicks.
He's like, fuck you. Big old taste.
Dicks.
Busting nuts all up in them bitches. And it's like
it's gonna be probably maybe rated mated rabies
X.
Yeah. Well, it'll be rated maybe PG until Jesse, and then it's NC-17
minimum. Yeah.
We might just have to go unrated for this.
Yeah.
However, this podcast is on iTunes is rated PG.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Specifically for language.
Yeah. Good job.
I had to put that in there.
Of course. Yeah.
Also, you know what? It was easy. It was when we first started the podcast. Well, when we first wanted to get the podcast on iTunes, it was actually easier to get the approval process. Like, it went quicker because I marked it as explicit.
Oh.
Apparently, if you mark it as explicit, it goes through faster because it doesn't take as long to get it through the process because they're like, well, I guess.
Okay. What do we have to look for?
Yeah,
they already said it's explicit.
They already said it's explicit. Here it's go. It's marked. It's their loss that it's marked explicit, and then younger people can't do anything about it. But if you don't mark it explicit, then they have to. Is that me? That's me.
That's me.
No, it's you. If they don't mark it explicit, then it has to go through like a more rigorous process to make sure that you're not putting anything explicit on there.
Sure. Craig writes, if you were a breakfast, how fucking stupid would you be?
Now, what form of breakfast am I taking? Because there are many forms of breakfast. Am I dry food? Am I wet food?
What form of breakfast? ? Dry ? Wet ? Other ?
Slightly soggy?
Slightly soggy ? Better living through technology.
It was an eye-widening day when I figured out that you could talk punctuation to Siri.
Like, whoa, nifty.
You mean I can say things and it'll write them?
Question mark?
Question mark? Period? Exclamation point?
You know, I
Semicolon, hyphen, open parenthetical, end parenthetical.
End trans. End of line. People are going to start talking like that, period.
Hey Rob, comma, I would well, it's kind of like what's the joke at award shows where people start reading all of the teleprompter stuff. Well, I love that, period. Pass it over to Francine.
Yeah. Oh,
Wave your hand.
That's comical, period.
Because they did that in was it Naked Gun 33 and a third? When Leslie Nielsen is passed off as Phil Donahue and he starts reading the teleprompter right before the dancer lady flies into the tuba.
Oh yeah. One of my favorites is when I think it was one of the first two films. He disguises himself as opera singer Enrico Palazzo.
Yes.
And he sings what is it? This Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
And just fucking butchers it. That's so good. I still, anytime I'm at like an event where the Star Spangled Banner is sung, I will sing the Frank Drebin version of the Star Spangled Banner.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
The home of the land and the land of the free. And then I run out of the place. So, okay.
Well, there's a... have you ever seen Eddie Izzard Dressed to Kill?
Mm-mm.
There's a great part where he talks about... there's this whole section where he talks about... there's a percentage of, how you look, percentage of what you say, and how you say it. So he's like, the biggest part is, it's 90% how you look, like
X percent.
8%, how you say it, and 2% what you say.
Sure.
So he's like, I always see people doing the baseball games doing the Star Spangled Banner. It's like, most people don't know what the hell the words are. You just so when you do that, you just have to be really energetic about it
and confident.
and confirm and deny over and over again.
I confirm and deny. That's pretty good. Just don't get your confirmation and your denial mixed up, because you'll be like... just keep an eye out for that.
And the home of the brave.
Yeah.
That's what we do around here.
Not that. We imagine transpositions between...
Juxtaposition.
Never mind.
Huh. Apparently Harrison Ford was originally hired to build cabinets for George Lucas and got the part of Han Solo on a whim.
All right. So he was a cabinet maker.
He was.
And now he's...
He also
Han
apparently
Solo.
didn't get his first big role until Star Wars, and he was like a part-time actor doing cabinetry.
Damn.
But it gives you hope, because he didn't get his first big acting gig until he was like, what, mid-30s?
Something like that.
Something like that. My age. No, I'm not mid-30s. I'm early 30. I'm 30. I'll be 31 this year.
Hey.
It's crazy.
Good for you. Grape nuts are pretty fucking dumb.
Not with raisins.
No.
You put raisins in there.
Yeah, but do you ever try and eat grape nuts?
Sometimes.
What was it? Mitch Hedberg. They are neither grape nor nuts. They're just hard as shit.
My favorite was his comment about rice. He's like, I like to eat rice when I have a craving to eat 7 million of one thing or something. I don't remember what he said.
Most intuitive controller. PlayStation, Xbox, man's dick.
Well, I mean, option C, I know what to do with, but if it's not my own, I don't know if it's that intuitive.
I suppose it depends on where you are in your life.
Well, I'm here.
Well, because when I was young, it was like, okay, Nintendo, like Nintendo Entertainment System, and then shortly thereafter, my junk, and then
But specifically yours.
mine.
I mean, you weren't going around trying out other controllers.
no, I wasn't that type of girl. And then it was PlayStation, because Final Fantasy VII and Doom.
Didn't have a dick controller.
Well, we'll just say in tandem with.
Okay. So, one hand and...
You know what? No, you can't play Final Fantasy VII one-handed. I've tried. Doesn't work. And Doom, especially at 4 a.m., all lights out and things trying to get you, you're like... It's like trying to play Dead Space, you know? Dead Space is just that.
What if they tried to turn that into a movie?
That would be cool. It would be cool if they could come up with a movie that you could control. Well, actually, that's what
Like a video game?
That's what video games are nowadays. Yeah. Never mind. And Xbox. Okay. Yeah. In that order.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
I was never a console guy. I've always found the most intuitive to be the keyboard and mouse, specifically for first-person shooters. The only console shooter I was ever good at, and I'm not saying good like good, I'm saying
Right.
like comparable to
Okay.
people that I played against,
So, like, you're passable. Like,
Yeah.
you have,
was
have
the first Halo.
Oh, okay.
That's about it.
See, I always played, like, Riven on the computer.
Also, I was a nade whore in Halo 1. I was that dude that threw grenades at your face at all times.
That's funny. You're like the animal mother of gamers.
Animal mother just needs someone to throw grenades. Oh, that hurt my eyes.
You just need someone to throw a grenade.
Yeah, grenades in.
Drink the rest of your drink.
It's done. It's already gone.
Well, drink more drink.
There was a drop left.
So, Cleary says, the secret is simplicity. That, and I'm video game retarded, and much better at jacking.
In the box?
I don't know. And Craig says, people that say, ew, milk is so gross, should be murdered. How soon after saying this?
Depends on their reasons. Because if they're lactose intolerant, it's a little bit more...
That's understandable.
But if it's somebody that can actually drink milk, but then says, ew, milk, I think...
Like, shortly thereafter.
The follow-up question to that would be, do you like chocolate milk? And if they say no, then they should be murdered immediately.
Oh, alright. I agree with that.
Because I can understand not liking to drink milk. Like, I'll have it with cereal,
Yeah, 'cause
but it's very rare that I'll have just, like, a cup of milk.
Because you get that filmy,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you just feel like
But
gross.
chocolate milk,
Oh, yeah. Forget it. It's over.
you give me a tub of chocolate milk and it's gone.
He's like a magician with chocolate milk. Watch this disappear.
Exactly. I can chug beer. No, reverse that. I can chug chocolate milk like dudes chug beer.
Yeah. I've never chugged beer,
Neither
but
do
I can imagine that would be pretty gross.
George Harrison lost his virginity on the top bed of a bunk bed. Paul McCartney and John Lennon were on the bottom bed and started cheering when he finished. Except no, they clapped in British.
Oh.
You have to have an accent to your clap.
Terry says, after paying final respects to Base Bovine, if somebody totally unprompted asks you how gentrified your neighborhood is, can you just assume they hate blacks?
There's probably a couple, latent racism things feeding into that, maybe.
Of course. I'm not racist, but okay. Yeah. And I did watch that
and
Bill
racist
Burr.
butt shows up.
Yeah, Dick Butt. Not Dick Butt, racist butt.
No, I do love Dick Butt.
Dick Butt. Racist butt is like Dick Butt with like blackface on his butt. I did watch that Bill Burr special though, where he talks about the,
Yeah.
What are all these fucking Chinese doing in here? Yes. So, thank you, Craig and Cleary, for helping carry this episode.
Still perusing today, I learned, Al Gore's wife, Tipper Gore, wrote a book and founded an organization that advocated for censoring rock music. I knew that. But it cited Dungeons and Dragons as a path leading children to kill. So that's not even like video games anymore. That's tabletop gaming.
Table gaming, yeah.
Like now it's like Monopoly will lead you to kill. That's
you know
what
what
it
though?
sounds like.
I've been more inclined to strangle somebody to death
over Monopoly
than I have over D&D or Magic the Gathering.
I've never played D&D. I have a friend who does it every Wednesday.
I did briefly. It was like, whatever, roll a dice, cool. That's my toughness. No, it's not. I'm just gonna go home now. You know? But at least with Magic the Gathering, you have, like I just choose to put this stuff into my deck.
It's quicker and dirtier.
I'm about both.
The
of
way
those
you
things.
bake a cake.
Yeah, quick and dirty.
Quick and dirty.
Instead of water and milk and eggs and shit, you just use like cola. Makes it fluffier.
Fuffier?
Fluffier.
Fuffier. We need a cake fluffer here.
You need a fluffer here, period. Fluffers.
I think we should hire an MBN intern and just call her the fluffer.
Oh, her. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right, yeah. We can,
it can be a dude,
we
too.
can hire a girl, too.
No
That's
homo.
fine. Or homo.
Either
Whatever,
or.
Either or, whatever.
And they're not getting paid to do it, so it's not prostitution.
You. You. Man. This guy with the ideas.
Hey, you know what? I have good ideas every once in a while.
That you do. Mostly when you're in the shower or at the espresso machine.
Apparently, David Cross was the first investor in Kickstarter.
No shit, really?
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for him. We got a good return on investment there. Oh, I got a Snapchat.
Once a Texas judge cited The Big Lebowski in a legal decision. I'm gonna delve further into this.
Go deeper into that. 'Cause I want to know how that works.
I want to find this out. The first comment says, "Yeah, well, that's like your opinion, man." Okay, we're opening this up and we're following this link down the rabbit hole.
If you will it, dude, it is no dream. Theodore Herzl, State of Israel. You know what?
All right, Texas Supreme Court Justice Deborah Lehrman cited a quote from the cult film The Big Lebowski in a legal decision last month. The opinion on Kinney vs. Barnes was delivered on August 29th, but we learned of it on Friday from CJ Thiamaralavian, some stuff that's weird.
Got it.
Legal blog above the law caught with... There's a people do legal blogs? How boring is that?
People do blogs about every goddamn thing. Like, there's a blog about chewing. Like, hey, here's what I did today.
Well, it's kind of like how magazines got kind of ridiculous near the end of the 90s. Like, you had running.
Walking magazine.
It was a freedom of speech appeals case in which Andrew Barnes wrote on 2 websites that Robert Kinney had been implicated in a kickback scheme while he was Barnes' employee. Kinney sued and demanded a permanent injunction against the allegedly defamatory statements. The First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution is similarly suspicious of prior restraints, wrote Justice Lehrman in the decision, highlighting a cornerstone that has been reaffirmed time and again by the Supreme Court, this court, Texas Court of Appeals, legal treatises, and even popular culture. That last reference to popular culture contained an interesting footnote citing none other than Walter Sobchak, a character in a 1998 film. This is the footnote.
The Supreme Court has roundly rejected prior restraint.
The Big Lebowski, yeah. For your information, the Supreme Court has roundly rejected prior restraint, Sobchak says in the movie. Before continuing, this affects us, all of us, man, our basic freedoms.
Well, I'm staying.
The coffee. Yeah, I'm staying.
Enjoying my coffee.
Sierra Mella called it the footnote of the year. We're inclined to agree, but, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
That's so good. That movie's great.
They actually quoted The Big Lebowski in a court case.
The Coen brothers were amazing.
Aren't they just the Coens now? No, that's the Wachowskis. Did one have a sex change?
I know no.
I think it might have been the Wachowskis.
We should play a game of Magic as a bonus footage. Get your mirror deck or whatever.
Yeah!
Should we wrap up and then play a game?
Tacos.
What do you think? Good.
I'm BJ McMurray.
I'm Rob Fusco.
Thank you for listening to the More Better Narrative podcast. Find us at mbnpodcast.com or on iTunes. For more information, visit us on Twitter or Facebook at mbnpodcast.com or email us at morebetternarrative@gmail.com. You fancy.
I have dice.
As do I.
High roll for go.
You know what I have specifically?
What you got?
Life dice.
Oh. It's okay. I'll keep life total over here. But you may if you like. Good matter. Don't
Papa
listen-
needs a new pair of shoes.
9. Wow. Okay. Not 9.
I will play. You saucy beast.
Yeah. Hello over there.
Hi! Yours is wobbly.
That's okay.
Sun Petal Grove comes in tapped if I do not already own a plane or forest.
Oh
Done.
boy. What do we got? Tundra, go.
Oh snap. Sun Petal Grove. Origin Spellbomb.
Oh boy. End of turn. Brainstorm.
No!
Okay. Draw off my turn. Misty Rainforest. I'm down to 19. I go fetch a land. Okay.
They know, but you know. Actually, it might have been out of focus.
Offer cut. Haha. That's fun.
Dum.
And pass turn.
Paris. Another Sun Petal Grove. I'll pay 3. Mirror Reservoir. Tap Reservoir. Put out a gold mirror.
Ah, it's a gold mirror.
1/1 mana generator.
Very nice.
Done.
Okay. Play a Valk. Council's Judgment. Reservoir.
No. Where does it go?
Graveyard. Oh wait, no, it gets exiled.
Ah, that's right. I thought so.
Turn.
Burr. A forest. I'm gonna pay 1, sack the spell bomb,
Okay.
pay a white to draw 1, and the spell bomb generates a mirror.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pay 1 more and put out a soul ring.
My goodness.
And I'm going to pay 1 forest to put Rancor on him.
I'm gonna counter that actually. Actually, no. When
It goes back to my hand.
yeah, I know what Rancor is. Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So he's now
No,
a,
you know what? That's
he's now a
fine.
3-1 with trample.
That's fine.
All right.
I'll stand.
You're lucky. You're lucky he's nice. You respect him. And I'm going to hit you for 1.
Okay, 18.
Done.
Play Tundra.
Let the beating begin.
Jace.
Oh, snap.
And let's see. I'm going to -1, return the mirror to your hand, but since it goes away, this goes to the graveyard because the text reads when a creature hits the graveyard.
When Rancor is put into a graveyard from play,
Oh,
return
actually, no,
Rancors to owner's hand.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so that does go to the graveyard, so it goes back to your hand. For whatever reason, I had a brain fart, and I thought it was like when the creature hits the yard, but no. Okay. Go ahead.
Boom.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Dun-dun-dun. You're all tapped out?
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bottle sphere.
Response.
What do they do?
Force of will, pitching, predict.
What do they do?
Read it.
You may pay 1 life and remove a blue card in your hand from the game instead of paying Force of Will. Effect that prevent or redirect damage cannot be used to counter this. Like, oh, it's a poopy card.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's a poopy card. Well then.
What's that?
Yes. So one thing that this deck lacks is counters. It's got a lot of brute force and numbers, but no counters.
Brainstorm. I'll put that back. And I'll put that back. Pass turn.
Bert. You know, gonna pay 2 to put out an overseer
Okay.
and tap a forest to throw a rancor.
Okay.
And tap you for 1.
16. You're winning. You're at 20.
Done.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw, trigger, play Terminus.
Will it hurt? Oh. All creatures.
Just don't forget to put that Rancor back in your hand, I think.
Never.
Alright, and I'm going to Fate Seal you. That goes on the bottom.
Oh. Oh. My only defensive cards.
And go.
Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, no.
1, 2, overseer.
Hold on. I'm gonna respond. No, you know what? That's fine. Overseer is fine.
And then a Rancor.
Respond to the Rancor.
No!
Counterspell. So Rancor goes in the yard.
And it goes back in my hand.
No, because it wasn't in play.
Ah. Touche.
Aha. All set.
Yes!
End of turn. Swords to Plowshares.
No!
That guy gets exiled. You gain 1. So you're at 21.
I gain plowshares.
You are winning. Untap upkeep.
Thanks for letting me win.
Thanks, Obama.
Yay!
Okay. Playland. Brainstorm.
A cool land.
That goes back. That goes back. Play Counterbalance. Basically, whenever you cast a spell, this triggers. I can flip the top card. If the converted mana cost is the same, that spell is countered.
Ooh.
And turn. Oh no.
Another overseer.
Okay. It exists.
Merit. And then I'm going to pay 2. Revoke existence.
Exile. Oh my goodness. Okay. That goes away.
Done.
End of turn.
Yes.
Swords.
No! I'm winning again.
Yeah, you're at 22. Alright.
I've never been more happy. More happy!
Untap, upkeep, draw, island, brainstorm. Okay. These guys go back, pass turn.
Oh. One, 2, 3. Darksteel Mirror.
Mirror.
0-1. Indestructible.
Okay, very good.
Done. Mean he cannot be distracted.
That's correct. Okay. Play Flooded Strand.
A strand that is in fact flooded.
Alright. I'm down to 15. You're at 22.
I'm going to win through an activity.
I'm
No, I did hit you twice.
gonna get.
I feel this time bomb ticking.
I'm gonna get me a land
This time bomb ticking below me.
below me. Huh.
Below me.
Okay.
Completely unrelated subjects. I feel this time bomb ticking.
Below me. There's that. Offer cut.
Most important card goes on the bottom.
Of course. Brainstorm.
I don't wanna.
And let's see. This. Then this. Play Sensei's Divining Top.
Brr.
Pass the turn.
But I mean, 1, 2, 3. Mirror Galvanizer. 2/2 +1 for all other mirror creatures.
Oh.
So he's now a 1/2
Okay.
indestructible.
Got it. Me or Jace?
You.
Okay. I'm down to 14. Oh no.
Ha 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 ha. Done.
End of turn.
Yeah.
Draw a card. Reveal and treat the angels.
Oh, silly angels.
Trigger. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Does this go boom now?
Let's see.
Does this go boom? Go boom.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, it go boom.
All right, and then I'll take my turn. Draw. Brainstorm.
Boom.
Play a top.
Spin it.
Steam.
It's hurting.
Swing for 16.
Fog.
Response. I'll hard cast Force of Will. 2, 3, 4, 5. Counter.
Well, then I take it up the rear.
All right. Puts you at 6.
Son of a...
Pass the turn.
All right, let there be... Hovermere.
Yeah, it's a Hovermere.
He will save me. He will save me
Okay.
with his balls of glory. Here. Balls of glory. They're on his back.
They're glorious.
I wonder how he flies. Well, I guess he does have wings, but
With the tiny little, like,
so-
dragonfly wings.
Yeah, but he's got these giant, like, dirigible type balls coming off of his back.
Maybe they're full of helium.
Helium balls.
Hmm.
All right, last stab. I'm gonna stab you with 3
Threve.
to you.
All right, I'm at 11.
All right. We've wounded him. We've wounded him.
End of turn.
End of turn.
Swords to Plowshares. That guy.
No.
You gain what now? What was his power?
He's a 1/2.
Okay, so you're at 7.
All right. We're still in this for a second.
For just a second. Untap, upkeep, draw. Play land, swing for 16. Yay! Good game.